Hello, and thank you for listening to the Fillet podcast, the best skateboard podcast in the world. Today is Wednesday, September 21st, 2016. Hello, everyone. I am Andrew Ariano. Joining me is Angie Shanley, Grant Fierro, and Michael Medina.
You know Mike. He said it wrong, didn't he?
Shanley, I knew better, but every time I look at it, I second guess myself. I'm like, I bet you it's this, but I think
it's the other one.
You know what? I say it like I feel like that regardless of what it is, the way I say it is the correct way.
Drew just gets to decide how my name's going to be said from now on.
I just feel like that it's right in that moment. Not in
it's not a bad idea.
Not in entirety.
I guess I'm okay with that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, much topics to talk about. Sorry if me and Grant are a little fatigued and beat up. We had a very long day yesterday over there in Los Angeles, and we spent a lot of time over there at the barracks. A lot of work done, a lot of not work done, a lot of skateboarding. It was Grant's first time skating there. He got bodied trying to do a hard flip. We all laughed. He cried, and we laughed that he was crying.
I was laughing in the clip.
Did it hurt your ankle, Grant? I was concerned for you and your ankle.
Yeah, it's still sore, but I don't know, whatever.
But that didn't bother you.
We don't need to talk about this too much.
Okay,
I mean, not that I don't want to. I just feel like no one really cares.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's all right.
Good. I was just concerned.
Yeah,
I'd rather talk about the whole podcast about how you got bodied. That sounds like an entertaining show for me particularly.
Because you were there.
Yo, I love that you got fucked up. That was great. Everyone laughs at me when I fall and I do planking tray flips.
That's the funniest.
Yeah, that's one of the best.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, much to talk about. One of the greatest news that came out this past week is Micky of the Papas has now earned himself into the pro ranks. I myself, as a big Micky Papa fan, I was rooting for him and against the battle at the barracks against Diego Najera. I wanted him to win that game. No disrespect to Mr. Najera. But Micky Papa is the papa of all Canadian Italian skateboarding. Thoughts on him turning pro? Let's start with you, Mr. Fierro.
He's obviously extremely talented, very technical. I don't know.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts about Blind turning pro?
I think he deserves it. Based off his ability, he's had a good amount of coverage over the years. Skates contests, did good about the barracks. So, just him turning pro, just my reaction to that, I'd say that he deserves to be pro.
You know, let's dissect the term of. I always hear that. Well deserved. He deserved it. Long time coming. Name a pro that did not deserve to turn pro.
I bet you and Mike can name one.
I bet you could.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I have to think a little bit longer than that.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. As Grant tries to delay the question, I will redirect the question to Mr. Medina. I see that Grant has learned a thing or two from Robert Brink.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, fucking deflectors. All right, bitcher. Let's talk to my good friend Medina. He usually has an answer for me. Name a pro that does not deserve. Because is it just me, or are they all deserving? Are they all deserving? Am I asking just silly questions here? Are we wasting time?
I don't know. One that doesn't deserve? Oh man, dude. I don't know.
You don't know, huh?
I mean, I think they had to have done something right for someone to want to give them a board with their name on it, right? Whether it was
okay.
Yeah, I mean, thinking back on it, we've talked about how like some people we felt like were rushed, but I don't think that means that they don't deserve it. Because
I agree.
I think that's two different things.
Sure.
Rushed to me, rushed is like they definitely deserve it. I just think that it could have been better with a little more time as an amateur. But it's still deserving. So to actually now put more thought into it, I can't. Off the top of my head right now, I can't think of someone that has a pro board that I feel doesn't deserve a pro board.
Okay, so if I may,
they're not out there, but
this is why we have these discussions, and I like this. I like that that we come to a conclusion that everybody deserves. That's been in the game done the work. Sure, we'll give you a board with your name on it. A little signature, cute. But let's redirect the question. Let's ask a different question. Do you feel like Micky Papa was rushed turning pro, Angie?
Do I? No,
Yes.
I don't think so. I mean, I've only been, well, I guess for the year and a few months that I've been following skateboarding, Micky Papa has made his presence known in the industry. Like Grant said, from Battle at the Barracks, winning, you know, he won Tampa Pro, right? Or no, he qualified for SLS through Tampa Pro, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, he got into
Tampa. Was that Tampa Pro or Tampa Am?
It was
He
pro.
skated
Was
Tampa
it
Pro
pro?
this year.
That's right.
Yeah, I
And-
think
That's right.
his thing,
I mean, I feel like his presence has been on the barracks a lot lately this last year as well. So absolutely. I mean, the thing, like kind of going back to the last discussion, I didn't really get to chime in with my thoughts as far as somebody going pro. The only thing I think is a little weird, and I don't say weird in a negative way, but the only thing I think is weird is like when somebody makes themselves pro for their own company. Like I think that's kind of weird. Like Mikey Taylor having a pro board for Sovereign. Like I think that's kind of odd. Making
but he
yourself
started Ben Pro. He didn't turn himself.
no,
right?
I guess that makes sense then. Yeah. So I think of turning pro as like a board company gives you a board with your name on it. So my definition isn't.
Yeah, that's kind of it's
weird.
a little weird. Once you're pro, you're forever pro. Only in minor, only in no. Well, okay, I was gonna make you jumped the gun a little too quick. You pushed that trigger. You shot me before I got a chance to speak.
I was ready
That's
to pick
okay.
up my boy Stevie ASAP.
Stevie Williams. Stevie Williams was pro prior, yes. With he was pro for who? Help me out here.
Stevie?
Yeah, who was he pro for first, and then went back as an amateur when he.
It was one of those. Oh man, come on! How the fuck do I not know this right now?
Well, do me a favor. I don't know what you're playing with down there. It looks like you're playing with something. What are you rolling something? Are you rolling Are you? Oh.
I'm googling it.
Oh, okay, great. All right. Okay, great. Wonderful. Well, as Medina tries to chime in on that. Yeah, usually it's interesting. Once you're pro, you're traditionally usually pro. I think we had the question, did we ever confirm or deny that Leticia was pro prior to the Plan B move?
She was pro for her own company, if I'm not mistaken.
Did she turn herself pro?
If I'm not mistaken, yes. Not her.
Well, yeah, well, I don't, yeah.
Behind it, but I'm pretty sure that she was the owner of that brand, and she definitely had a pro board for that brand.
Does anyone remember the name of that brand?
I think it was called Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to dive in too much. I don't want to dive in too much on the yeah-yeahs because the man of the hour is, of course, Micky Papa, but I still want to find out about Stevie Williams' company prior. So Papa turned pro. Very happy to hear about that. He came out with if you want to call it a video part, it was a pretty damn short video part. Am I right?
It was like 1:04 exactly, I think.
1:04, and if memory serves, if I was talking to you, Grant, you said that without the intro, it would have been much shorter.
I'd say cut the intro, just post it on Instagram.
No,
I could, because it wasn't even a full song.
But is that sufficient? Yeah.
No, I'm not saying they really should have done that. I think it's smart to put on the barracks. It's easier to find in the future. It was kind of like we were just talking about it yesterday, like how it really is almost short enough to be on Instagram. But no, definitely, I think it's always important for. I think a great thing about Mike, can you get headphones because there's feedback now. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Thank you. But it's always cool when it's on a site or even on YouTube or something, just so it's easier to find in the future. Because Instagram videos, like, it's there, but you can't really like search for a specific Instagram video,
Well, a little bit. You can if you remember some shit about it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's much easier to find on.
It's much easier if you have the tags, the proper meta tags on a Google search.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had this discussion before, and maybe we haven't, but just personally, I feel like quantity is much more valuable that quality is much more valuable than quantity. Because I thought about that. His part is short, and if we can even call it like a part, but that part was like, it kept my attention the entire time, and it was full of amazing tricks. So I understand the significance of time, but for me, I'd much rather have something that kept my attention rather than like watching, like pushing and then a trick. Like, I'd rather just I liked the fact that it was shorter.
I like your point, but the only thing I got to say about that is it better have kept your attention. It was so fucking short. There's no way it couldn't have deviated you. You know, you
if
could
you
have
got
watched
bored in a minute, then it wouldn't have been a good song.
Yeah, then it was pretty trash. Like,
well,
you're like, hey,
ADD
buy this
at
board.
its finest.
I don't know what that is. Never felt it.
But no, I don't know. I guess.
Well, what did everyone think about the footage? Obviously, Angie liked it. Drew.
Well, one thing that Mickey Papa has been criticized for harshly is about he goes really slow. That was more apparent, and you were there live at his performance about the Barracks. I could see that he's definitely not the fastest pusher. You know, I'll go on record and say, yeah, you push slow, Mickey, and that's okay. You know, as Mock Turtle as myself, I feel you. Something about the speed. It's just I don't like the Luan speeds. It's awfully scary. A lot can go wrong. It can go wrong so quick you don't know what happened. So if I go at a speed I'm comfortable with, and you get real technical, other than that, it look good. It looked like stuff that Mickey would do. It looks like that Mickey tends to play it safe, and this is what I personally think that has held him off from becoming a big name, in my opinion. And getting to the level that he's at a little quicker is that he doesn't skate usually the biggest stuff. You know, mediocre, like, okay, yeah, good size rail. You know, nothing too small, nothing too big. And same thing goes for the rail, the size of the rails that he skates. It looks like he's upped that up a level or two, in my opinion. But I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts.
As far as skaters going fast or slow?
Huh?
What do you mean? Like, what do you mean?
Oh, your thoughts on his part?
On whose?
Mickey.
Oh, dude, okay. That's what I thought we were talking about. I was like, holy shit, did something just change?
Dude, was he gone that long? Was he gone that long?
I don't fucking know. Mickey killed it, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think everyone wishes it was a bit longer, but I mean, maybe he has footage for something else.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this real quick, because I just made a point that he might be going a little too slow. What do you think? You think he's going the right speed?
I think for those ledge tricks, yeah, he's going the right speed. I mean, I don't. Okay, I had never.
You don't critique that?
No, I just had never really noticed it until people started talking about it from Battle at the Barracks. Like in that first initial like Nigel part that he like did with Nigel or whatever. Like I can't tell he's going slow in that shit. Like at all. I didn't notice it at all. Maybe other people did. I didn't. Like ever since the Barracks though, when people were like, he's noticeably fucking slow. Like since then, I've kind of been seeing it, I guess. But when you're doing like fucking switch hard flip back tail big spin, it's like shut the fuck up and let him skate.
Yeah.
Well, and I think using the Barracks as an example maybe isn't necessarily fair either, just because I mean, like, look how long he was doing like repeated tricks. Like the night of the Barracks, could it just have been that he was getting fatigued? You know, I don't know. I mean,
no,
I mean, and isn't it
speed?
Isn't it bad? Isn't it bad?
Start.
Yeah, but isn't it super slippery there too? That could have been a factor.
No, I mean, I'm not saying you could create an excuse, but you could always just look at it in the fact that Luan skates there and goes as fast as he goes.
Yeah, but that guy's also like not human.
I guess I'm not trying to create an excuse. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I don't mean to.
I back Mickey. I'm stoked on Mickey.
I mean,
Blind's team is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, I should have made my point about it was just something that I noticed. I don't want to talk try and beat the kid down too much, or even talk about his speed too much more. Now that has dragged on this long. He has how many graphics that come out with his pro board? Two?
I think
just
two.
one. Oh, I've just seen one. The big fat rat.
The big fart rat?
The big fat rat with the cigar in his mouth.
What?
If it's a cigar, I'm not sure.
Really? They gave him a rat as a board?
Yeah, I'm right,
I'll
right?
tag you in it, Drew.
It's
Huh?
like a ghetto rat, like
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
you're gonna tag me in it?
Godfather
Cool.
kind of. Like
I want to
yeah,
see
like a
this one.
gangster rat.
Well, let me try. This is something I did want to talk about because when I made this point up in my head, I was like, man, I wonder if everyone else feels this way. Typically with blind, oh, this is cool. Oh, look at him looking all fresh in the. If you go to blindskateboards.com, you'll see Micky in a nice little leather jacket. Looks like he got a little bling bling watch, not gold, but it looks nice. Little beanie. Micky Papa is pro. Cool. Look at that. So let's look at the. Oh yeah, the big rat. That looks dope. That looks dope. What's his other pro board? I want to look at it. But anyways, going back to, sorry, I'm jumping back and forth here, but I'm trying to take this in. Ooh, I only see, it looks like only one. Grant, what was the other board that you saw?
I tagged. Oh no, I was just tagging you in the one that Angie was describing.
Oh, so there is only one board.
Yeah,
You were
that
right.
might be one.
No, I thought. Wait, hold
What
on.
was the other one? What was the other one?
I don't know. I'm looking for it.
I don't think
Okay.
he's posted anything else.
Well, here's my thoughts. With blind, I don't know if the word aesthetic is the right word to be using when I don't feel any type of certain. I don't feel any certain type of. There's a certain market that blind is catering to. I feel that way about piss drunks with early on. I'm sorry, with Baker with the piss drunks movement. Alcohol, hijinks, maybe a little bit of drugs. With Zero, I feel like they eat, breathe, and sleep and destroying and blood, gore, skulls, and skateboarding. DGK, I mean, self-explanatory. Come on now. Flip Skateboards, international national collaboration of people from all types of nationalities around the world, and their national anthem is the sound of a skateboard wheel rolling on the floor. With blind, what is it? What is it? I don't know. Someone help me out here. Is it just me?
It feels very LA.
You think?
Oh, here. I found the other board. Well, he's holding one that says blind, and then coming out of the L is like a word bubble that says damn. Is that the other one that you saw?
No,
Mike?
that was
No, that's just a blind board.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a blind from that video.
sorry.
I could have
It
sworn
doesn't
I
have-
saw another one. Maybe I'm just thinking.
Yeah,
of
it doesn't
something
have
else.
his name on it, but he's holding it in this picture, so that's. Sorry to
Grant,
interrupt.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Grant, do you get any type of
Feel from their team?
yeah?
No, I don't really know. It's kind of hard to read. I agree with you of like what their exact market is or like the type
Who
of
they're
skaters.
catering
I
to?
guess-
Yeah,
I
who they
guess
trying to relate to? Just
they
skateboarders.
have very. If you look at their team, they have multiple very technical skaters. When you look at Micky, TJ,
Romar's known to get technical.
yeah, Romar can get tech. Cody Max tech.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a lot of. I
Would you
guess
say
it's a
Blind
lot of technical.
Skateboards is the ultimate tech team, Grant?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. They have a good team.
What's the ultimate mean?
I think Primitive could challenge that.
I agree.
Primitive's pretty darn tech. Everyone on Primitive is tech.
That would be my initial, like, the techest team, in my opinion, has got to be Primitive, dude.
Sure. Carlos makes a couple people mad just by half the shit he does.
Fucking Carlos, he's the best.
Well, let's move on. Micky, you took up a good quarter of our podcast here. Congrats on going pro.
Can I just say that I liked the song a lot? Like
That song
they
sucks.
totally, yeah. I don't. They hated it on Skateline too, but I loved it. So maybe it's just because I'm a girl. I don't know, but I thought it was amazing.
You're allowed,
it's like my
you
new
are allowed
favorite
to
song.
say that you like the song.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy to hear that you like it. That's dope. Last week we totally forgot to mention a big topic that happened to skateboarding. We do this almost every week. We'll probably do it again this week. But we will not forget Peter Smolik leaving Menace a second week.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Medina, what's going on with your mafia commander,
Dude,
man?
what's going on with my boy? What's going on?
He leaves the mafia.
Oh.
He goes to the Menace.
Okay.
2 months later, he leaves the Menace.
Oh, God.
What's he doing? I don't think this ever happened in the history of skateboarding when someone's like, Deuce, I'm here. Deuce.
Nah, Alex Olsen.
Oh yeah.
Alex Olsen was on 3D, but and then before it even started, pretty much he quit.
Yeah.
Very good point, my friend.
But and also here's my question too. You guys can probably explain this to me. Menace still has Smolik like listed on the website and everything. Is that just because nobody's gotten around to taking him off? Like why?
That happens all the time.
It's
That
been
happens all the
over
time.
a week now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit,
Well.
shit. Mountain Dew had Keelan on there for a minute after he had
Oh,
all that
okay.
go
So that's
down.
typical then, because I'm like,
Yeah,
this is
and,
not,
and look at Supra. They're taking people off that are still on.
Oh yeah, that was.
It's like,
Okay.
oh, my bad.
Awesome.
My bad.
My bad.
Who, my
I'm-
bad?
I'm ready to hear what Mike has to say.
About what?
About Mr. Smolik. So he's going to start his own thing, it looks like, huh?
Man, he's got that's the last option.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
called
all.
Real Life Pillage.
Yeah, it's like a pirate theme.
They should call it Pillage Skateboards.
Pillage
But
skateboard sounds
he-
actually kind of cool.
But that brand, up until this point, there's been nothing associated with skateboarding other than Smolik is the creator of the brand. If you look at their Instagram account and the accounts that they're linked with, there is nothing. That Pillage, like the Smolik's new brand, there's nothing that is associating it with skateboarding.
Wait, what are they tagging?
What's the brand called again?
Real Life
It's
Pillage.
called
Yeah.
Real Life Pillage. Do they
But
have
They
an
don't
Instagram account?
for it.
Mm-hmm. Don't they?
They do.
No.
They don't? Well, maybe it's just on Smolik's account then. Yeah.
Yeah, Smolik posted
are you talking about Lord Pillage?
Yeah,
like,
Lord
his-
Pillage right here. Peter Smolik.
Yeah, but the brand is something
Real
Pillage.
Life Pillage.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that? What is that noise in the background? Is that your
Mike's
dog?
dog.
Oh
Aw.
shit! I'm sorry. She's
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
with this
that's
squeaky
really-
hamburger.
Okay. We're gonna-
Okay,
thanks for
so
thinking
you're
of
right.
that.
It does not have its own Instagram account, but nothing that he has posted with it has shown any connection to skateboarding thus far.
What is it with it? What does that mean? So he hasn't posted
Well,
anything
I
about
wouldn't
Lord
say
Pillage.
that.
Yes.
He said, "I'm about to have shirts, hats, shorts, and boards."
Oh. Okay. Well, he hasn't shown anything as far. I mean, it's just been like
a graphic. Yeah.
shirts
Yeah, he got to
and
get
like
he got to get
a
him made.
handkerchief that you can tie around your face to look like them,
Smolik.
like a skeleton. Yeah. So
I'm
I don't
surprised.
know.
I'm really shocked he didn't do spicy mustard skateboards.
Not gonna lie, that name is also dope.
I don't know. I don't even know why he said it's spicy mustard, sucker. He said that he said that here in my house on my couch, and I said, man, he was not joking. He really, the legend is real. He must really like
The
the
smoke.
mustard, and he must like it spicy. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
You know, I probably should have mentioned this also. Was Mickey Papa's not the only one to turn pro? Paul Hart turned pro.
Woo!
Oh
All
man,
right, man. Jesus Christ. That
Who-
dude is
Real
the,
killer.
that
Who-
dude is the real fucking deal, man.
Real
did Paul-
chopper.
who did he turn pro
Cliche.
for? Cliche.
Cliche.
Thank you. I always want to. I want to say other shit. Cliche. Good for him. Cool. Did they come out with the pro part? Because I didn't see it.
Grasher.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
Yeah,
You know
you should
what?
watch the freaking heel flip back lip down a row. It makes no sense.
You know, I'm really going out of structure this podcast. You know what? And it's refreshing. I no fucks given. I didn't sleep a lot last night. Barracks beat me up. Bear beat me up. Kenny beat me up. Grant Fierro hurt his knee. He beat himself up. I'm really wanting to the Yarnay that you kept talking about
watched it
last
yet?
week. You know what?
Jarnay?
I'm gonna watch it. I didn't watch it yet. I'm gonna watch it now. I'm gonna bring up the next topic. I want to watch Yarnay. I want you to finish the Paul Hart topic. Have fun about it.
Okay.
Bruh.
Grant and Medina
Bruh.
got me so hyped and interested by how they're selling. This is how you sell people, by the way, folks. Skateboard companies, marketers from all around the world need to learn this example. When you say Yarnay is your favorite skateboard for the last
Jarnay.
year,
It's
for the top
fucking-
5.
It's fucking Jarnay.
That's not how you pronounce it.
Wait, hold
Oh,
on.
You're really
it's-
saying it right.
Oh, okay, it's pronounced
not-
Jarnay.
Yarnay. I'm pretty sure that's how they say it.
I don't know. It's
Oh, so you're-
so sick.
Time
That's how
out.
Gary said it, I think. Yarnay.
Are you saying I'm saying it wrong?
No, you're
No,
saying it
you're
right.
saying it
Fucking
right.
no. You're doing it right, man.
No, that's not what just was said.
No,
How
I was
dare
saying
you?
Mike was saying it wrong.
Oh, what does he
You
say?
just keep going.
Did
He
he
was
say?
saying Jarne, like Jar, jar.
Oh, he's
Like
probably
the way
trying to
it's
say
spelled.
ganja.
What?
What?
Doesn't ganja start with a G?
Yeah.
Doesn't ganja start with a G?
Little known fact: my childhood dog was named Ganja. Like
Drew,
little.
go watch the part.
Yeah, let's talk about Paul Hart.
All right, what do you think? I can
Was Paul Hart the one in the 9 Club?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. NBD down to Hollywood, dude.
brother.
Brother.
Okay, I'll tell you my thoughts, and then you guys can dissect them. Okay, 2 thoughts. I finally got, like, when Drew, like, the first time I was on, he talked about how it's not fun to watch lines all the time because sometimes they get boring. I feel like the beginning of Paul Hart's video was extremely boring because, like, that first line,
No.
it was just
Hey,
pushing.
hey, Mike, you're moving a lot right now, man. Are you gonna? I'm gonna mute you in a little bit. It's getting kind of loud. I understand you're dealing with your dog, but it's getting loud now.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll mute myself.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Angie.
So I don't know. That was the first time that I ever, like, I kind of thought, like, yeah, I can kind of see that now because I felt like that first line he was like just pushing. My second thing is, okay, I've had this discussion with a few people. Like, I try to classify skaters, like I try to give them a type, you know, like that guy is a rail guy or that guy is a tech guy, and that how maybe that's not the right thing to do. But how do you not do that when a guy's part is almost exclusively tricks that he's doing on rails? I mean, I understand you can flip into them and flip out of them, but I don't like, is it not okay to classify a guy as a certain type of skater?
I don't know. I mean, one time you asked me that I don't know who we were talking about. You were like, "Is this guy a rail skater or whatever?" And I was like, "I don't know." Like, I just don't think it's necessary.
Okay.
Like, I just think it's like, I'm not saying it's like the worst thing to do, and if it helps you understand what they're doing better, then that's fine. But I just feel like there's like, why put someone with all these crazy tricks in this little box of like,
Yeah.
you know? And I get your point that Paul Hart's part is mostly on handrails, and you know that means obviously he's a very good rail skater, but.
And maybe
I
this
just
is
think it's weird
appropriate to
because
discuss on the
maybe
podcast. I don't know, but
maybe that's what his whole part is on. Almost not his whole part, but a lot of his part is on rails. But like the thing that I think is weird about saying he's a rail guy is like, yeah, but he didn't show. Maybe he didn't skate a ton of ledges in this, but he kills it at ledges and kills it at tranny, and you know, like all these other things. I mean, he's super good at manuals or whatever. Like, there's all these other factors into him being a great skateboarder, and maybe that this particular video part just highlighted the rails. But I just think it's weird to classify a skateboarder.
I understand. I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I just didn't know if that was like a discussion that is had like among the community, like, don't classify me, or like, you know, I mean, 'cause look at the discussion that we just had about blind, you know, like, weren't we kind of classifying all of their skaters as tech guys and like primitive, all of their skate? Like,
well,
I mean, I feel like it's done.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Oh, and people do that a lot with brands. Maybe I could be wrong, but I think a lot of the times it's with brands, because they like to see like what kind of skateboarders does this company want. So for example, if you look at a company like Anti-Hero or Creature, a lot of their skaters, most of their skating is on tranny. I mean, there's definitely people on Anti-Hero and on Creature that skate rails. You know, like I said, that's not exclusive what they skate, but that's a lot of it. And you know, bigger boards are skating tranny a lot. And then that goes for every company too. Not every company, but a lot of companies have a specific image based on their riders.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I see that.
I feel like Paul Hart kind of did everything he was supposed to stand out, right?
He had some freaking crazy tricks.
Yeah, I was impressed.
He mixed it up. He did his manuals. He did his big ass rail tricks, and he did NBDs. He did
this is
exactly
what I
what he
wanted
was
to
supposed
ask
to
you.
do.
Mike, since I would want to know, Drew. Well, Drew, I could just tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
So Paul Hart does back nose blunt slide to fakie down Hollywood 16.
Fuck.
Nigel Houston did back nose blunt to regular, like kept it forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is harder? Down
I
that
think to fakes is harder.
The regular, in my opinion.
Okay. See, I was thinking fakie, and I've
But they're
heard a lot of
both,
people
but
say
they're both good. They're both, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like in skateboarding, it's not. It's funny when one says like one's harder than the other, and
well, it's
some
different
tricks
for every person. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, some tricks do require like a tray flip down a gap is by it's supposed to be harder, right, for a kick flip rather than a tray flip. Davis,
But it
the
depends
Davis
on
gap,
person. Yeah.
it does actually. You know, Kelly Hart brought that to my attention one time. When he had that really bad roll ankle that he was out of commission for a bit when he filmed with Chase. When he would come here and stay in San Diego. I talked to him and I said, "Hey, well, can you? How you doing?" He said, "I'm doing all right. I could do tray flips right now, but I just can't kick flip." I said, "What? Why can't you kick flip? Like kick
Just a
flips like
flick.
exactly.
It's all front foot.
And tray flips more scoop with the back foot.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey, can I ask real quick? What trick is harder, the tray flip or the kick flip down Gavis?
Tray flip is way harder.
You think? Just a thought. It just flips more, you know. Maybe there's no such thing as a harder trick. Maybe that's all bullshit.
I mean, it is to a certain extent because, like, me personally, I can't half cab heel like towards my toes. Like, I fucking can't. But I can frontside half cab heel like very well.
Maybe we just settled a lot of bullshit out there in the world. Just because you could vary a heel flip a gap and I heel flip the same gap, that don't mean you're tighter. You still a bitch. I like this conversation that we had talking about classifying skateboarders. It's kind of interesting. I forgot what point I was going to make earlier when you were talking about the creature and brand stuff, but I do agree with what you said, Grant. That does sound correct. I at least I understand. I agree with what you said. This Yarne guy, what's up with never skateboard? Is that the brand?
No,
that's the title.
That's just the title of the video.
Yeah. He's on Element Skateboards.
Hey, I have a question about Paul Hart too. Like before we started, I just saw he posted on Instagram that he's gonna have a signature wheel with bones. Did he already have a signature wheel with bones, or is this something new that's for him? That's new for him.
It'd be new because he's pro now.
Yeah, because he just turned pro.
So usually one will get a pro board, pro shoe. When they get a pro board, they'll get the pro shoe and everything else. Signature clothing
usually
line.
takes the longest.
But I'm pretty sure Leticia has her own bones wheels.
Oh, does she?
Pretty sure.
You know, Mike, I must admit, I'm surprised that you're as hyped as you are on Yarne.
What the fuck? He's the best.
I like his skateboarding. I'm just surprised that you're. This isn't like your. I figure you just style. Like. Yeah. This isn't Mike's style.
Okay, well, here's why. Like, he makes skateboarding look really fun.
I like that you appreciate his style of skateboarding.
I think it's sick. The last 4 tricks in particular are so fucked up, dude.
I just thought you like ghetto people.
Let's be honest. That's usually what I go towards.
There's nothing ghetto towards this guy. I mean, he snaps his fingers and he wears different clothes.
What about the I love big booties hoodie?
Oh wait, where is that?
It's at
the beginning.
The beginning?
Yeah.
I
want that hoodie so bad.
Oh, it does say I love big booty.
Well, you know, Christmas is only a few months away, Mike. So
yeah. I know, right? I'm gonna ask my mom for a I love big booty hoodie for Christmas.
Angie, would you wear that I love big dick shirt if I got it for you?
Yeah. I would wear it to my family Christmas. No, I would wear a shirt that said I love big booty. So
would you wear I love big booty while you're with your kids taking a photo for Christmas?
Yeah, we'd have matching ones. It would be even better with
That'd be
all three of
that'd
the
be
boys
hilarious.
wearing "I love big booty" shirts too.
It'd be a lot better if you had matching I love big dick shirts.
What the fuck?
Oh, Drew, you always take
so
it like one step farther with you all the time.
You know, I mentioned that Mike Medina likes. I figure he only like ghetto skateboard. Wait, where's the feedback coming from again? What happened to that? What happened to your headphones?
They're in. They're in here.
You don't hear the feedback?
It sounds good to me. We're chilling.
All right.
I'm okay.
Ghetto Child is back. Medina,
Oh
remember
man.
Ghetto Child?
Yeah, I used to ride those bitches all the time.
Ghetto Child. No,
Tom
I
Petty.
never owned Ghetto Child.
Tom Petty, Chad
Tom Petty.
Muska. Ooh.
And Sean Sheffy. Those are the three
And I was
that
gonna
made
say,
the logo.
Those are the three logo. Yep.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Sean Sheffy was
I
on the
did.
team.
I did.
That's cool as fuck. Tom Petty's back.
Muska's
I
back.
I can't believe they got.
They got T-Puds down with the squad. They got Herman down with the squad. It's fucking heavy over there at Ghetto Child.
So Grant brought to my attention that he was a little surprised that Tori Pudwill joined the Ghetto Child
Why?
because of Select Wheels.
Oh, fuck that. Fuck a Select Wheel. Tori's down with the Muska for life.
I mean, but why is Muska on? Is he skating? Who's he on?
Yes,
What's he doing?
He's on whatever he wants to be on. He's the best.
He doesn't need.
Damn.
He just is.
He gets the pass for being the Muska.
Oh yeah, for life.
The Muska.
Shit, man. Grant, do you remember Ghetto Child?
No, I
You
honestly
wouldn't.
knew nothing about the brand until yesterday.
Yeah.
We talked about it for a while.
You
was a
wouldn't.
new
I think
brand?
they were gone.
Yeah, it said, I think they went out like 2005 or 6. It said, what was that?
Yeah, I
Drew?
was gonna say they were pretty new.
2004.
Oh, okay, I was close. Yeah,
Mid 2000s.
I mean, Drew, we already talked about this yesterday, obviously off air, but you think they need a couple more younger dudes?
I don't. Nah,
No,
not necessarily.
they're good.
I don't. I think
good.
I think they'll be all right. I think we're starting to see a resurgence of old brands coming up, and you'll see more as time goes on. Because I know of other brands bringing up old skateboarders.
Yeah.
And it's starting to become paramount that they're trying to. Well, it's are catering to the market of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater crowds, maybe even before that loved Ghetto Child, loved Shorties. Ghetto Child is a part of Shorties.
Me.
So what's Shorties doing? Is Shorties now? What they said they're back, but are they back? What are they doing? What the
I
fuck
don't
are they
know.
doing?
I remember they came back as like a price point like thing, like brand. And then I don't know, man.
Because Ghetto Child.
And I remember at one point they even teased like a possible collab with him and Muska to do that silhouette board again.
Yeah, but what was the whole thing? The controversy behind it? They said that he reached out to him and he said he's not doing it.
Something like that. I'm not sure. I believe that it was like both sides just couldn't agree to something.
All right. Shorties.com. You go to Shorties, you hit products, you hit skateboards, and it shows no boards. It just shows in tiny print, sold out. They're sold out. They were sold out of all their skateboards.
Interesting.
I don't think so.
Interesting.
type-
Oh, man, that's a weird sign.
You go to shorties.com, you type in laundry, you click on those old school, the iconic Shorties hoodies with the S on the left arm and the S on the right arm. You click on that, you say you want to buy one, it says sold out.
No good.
You go to the white shirt. And what happens? Oh, I could buy that. That's cool. You know, under accessories, they have under skateboards, they have a wheel, Shorty's wheel, a 51, and it says rock you.
Yeah, because then when it fades off, it says fuck you.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
I know. I thought so too.
Did you have one of those wheels?
I never had one. I think they're a newer thing because Shorty's wheels wasn't a thing. Or maybe it was, but I didn't know about it.
Well, where are we going with all this? They had Shorty's hardware. They had Dodos. They had Black Magic grip tape,
Black Panther bearings,
Black Panther bearings.
and Ghetto Child.
Dude,
What did Dodos?
I said it. Black Magic.
Dodos
Dodos?
or bushings.
They're bushings.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
They had the hard ones,
I
the
think they're
soft
still
ones,
around.
the medium ones. Yeah, they are.
Hey, if we're done with that, have you guys seen this Zone Right Insta Mix?
Tell me about it.
It's just an edit of a bunch of his Instagram videos. They edit it all together. It's up on Real Skateboard's YouTube channel, and it's probably one of the most insane things.
He's fucking amazing.
He's just so gnarly. It's insane.
Yeah.
Flip back.
I like
I'm watching it right now.
I really like watching him skate handrails.
I think it's funny how he wears Red Bull visors.
Yeah, that's his steez though.
Hilarious. Yeah, I'm not hating at all. I think it's funny.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Just go freaking watch this thing. His back threes are insane.
You know, how do we miss that Braden and Tony Tave and Brian Herman are also on Ghetto Child?
No, Herman. I knew Herman.
You mentioned Herman.
I forgot that Braden was though. Not gonna lie.
Braden.
Braden also has that Muska connection.
Grant, South Africa Cons, the skateboard mag, is back on here again.
What do you mean back?
I thought we talked about this topic.
I think it's a series,
No.
isn't it? Well,
No,
it's not serious.
last
It
week
just
it
came
was
out.
the relay, right?
Oh,
was
yeah.
that remember last week?
Yeah, this
Oh
is
no. I remember talking about off air about it. Yes, did you?
yesterday in the car.
So
Oh.
I already know what you're just gonna say. So I said, what were your thoughts about it? And you just said Bobby DeKaiser. That's the end of the topic conversation.
I want to say
Bobby's
that's the end of it, but
Bobby's the best.
Bobby killed it. Pretty much. His line at the end, like the whole thing. Oh, yeah, actually. Well, anyway, the video
Wait, is
ends
Bobby
like
pro?
no.
I didn't think so. Okay, just making
I
sure.
bet that's gonna happen this year, though. Anyway,
Should.
it like fades to black, and then there's a line of Bobby, and this line is just so majestic. You're gonna have to watch it.
No, I will.
Like I could tell you the tricks in the line, but I don't even think that's worth it because it doesn't do the style and
His
pop that Bobby
style.
has. It doesn't do it justice.
Right.
So I would go on the skateboard mag. I would spend a little over 3 minutes watching the Converse team skate South Africa.
How many Bobby clips are there?
I don't know, a handful.
I feel like he was very prominent
Yeah,
throughout the
probably
whole
the
thing.
most. Dude, there's this bump over rail, and he kickflips over the. It's like a big bump over bar. Kickflips over it into manual, and then
Is
off the
Kenny in
curve.
it?
No.
Ah,
Yeah, I agree. I would love to see some more Kenny. I love Kenny.
yeah.
That's
Fuck yeah, Kenny's legend.
one of the best styles.
Oh,
ever.
I agree.
Was it like Defunk It too?
No, it wasn't. It was pretty different from that. To be honest.
Defunked. I like that you called it that.
Yeah, there's no I, Drew. It was defunct. Defunct. But yeah, go watch that.
It was just called
Did
D.
you, Grant? Did you think that they maybe didn't have enough skateboarding in the video though? Like, were you ever like, okay, like
He
great,
writes
this is
cons
South
for their art.
Africa? I mean, typically I do too. Like, I like to know the story or have like a feeling like with the video. But with this one, even for me, I was a little bit like, okay, like let's watch some more skateboarding
The
now.
main
Like,
thing I'm curious about is that didn't really bother me. I'm curious if they're hanging on to if they're working on a longer project at the
Mhm.
moment, because I've noticed that a lot of the trips that they send riders on, they'll do kind of like smaller groups. Like that trip was only like 5 or 6 people.
mhm.
So I just think that's definitely possible if they're working on something longer.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a full length, but hopefully I'd be down. But yeah, so I don't know.
Did you read? I read somewhere that like Al Davis like poked his eye out or something for like the first 4 days of the trip or something, and he could hardly skate. Did you see that at all?
I don't think I did. No.
Poke his eye out on what?
I don't remember the whole story, but it was somewhere. I just read it quickly. But yeah, he
He
Actually
didn't have a
came
ton of
out?
clips in that video, did he?
no, he didn't. And I think that's why. Like he
I
couldn't
remember
see
the
out of
dog
one of his
story.
eyes for like the first half of the trip.
That sucks big time.
But he was super entertained. I mean, he was doing other things
Yeah,
like
he's always funny.
riding bikes.
Dude, oh, Jake Johnson. Jake Johnson had a crazy trick in there.
Fuck yeah.
That was sick. Everyone loves Jake
Jake
Johnson, right?
Jake Johnson skates for cons?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
These
yeah,
cool
yeah,
people.
Yeah, Jake Johnson.
The best.
Definitely.
In the West. Frankie Heck is also a cool guy. He's over here deciding that I'm going to be riding me some Sovereign boards.
Yeah, I spotted that in a little skate park. Ended up on the skateboard
Uh-oh.
bag as well. Hard and throwing.
Grand, you broke up.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Okay. Yeah. There's a video up on the skateboard mag. They're skating this new park called Ponderosa Park, and I just noticed Frankie Heck was skating Mikey Taylor's pro model board.
Is that in Long Beach?
I'm not positive. I know it's the LA area. I think it could be Anaheim actually, but yeah, it's a new park. And but I remember when we had Mikey on here for a little bit when he came on with Chris Ray, that he was saying that he knows Frankie pretty well and seemed to be pretty fond of Frankie. So I don't know. I know before this, after he left Expedition, he was skating real boards for a while, and just saw him with Sovereign. That's the first time. So I don't know what he's gonna do, but.
Well,
Yeah, I
did you
don't
see
know.
that Red Bull Curb King thing, where they interviewed Midler for a second and he talked about them adding pros, not
Yes,
turning
they did.
people pro?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's.
Frankie's
Yeah, he
am,
used the
but
term
yeah.
adding. Well, yeah, I know, but like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
no,
saying because
definitely
we're
ties into
on
the
sovereign topic. Like,
yeah.
who is there to speculate that would be added to sovereign? Or do you think that he may have just? Well, that's obviously the
I don't-
number one. Yeah, Malto's for sure. But as far as like, do you think that maybe he just kind of used the word wrong terminology?
I think
think
so.
so.
I think he's just young, and I think you're probably reading way too much into the way he said it, if that makes sense. But
Nah, I disagree.
I
He
think
said
I
it
think
like that for a reason.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I
I
think,
think that by him saying that they're adding, not we're going to be turning guys pro. Guys are going to be going pro. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he said that on purpose.
Especially like that dude's been doing interviews for so long.
Yeah.
He ain't no dummy. He's saying that we're going to be adding some hella dope-ass people in a little bit.
Who do you think they're going to add besides Malto?
I think all the people.
I think Malto, man. I think Malto.
I think anyone and everyone involved in the barracks is down.
Probably. I mean,
that's what I think.
I mean, to not turn Deshaun pro seems kind of weird. Like he needs to drop the banger part, turn Deshaun pro, keep it moving.
What about his next new wave part? That was a banger part.
He needs more.
Laser flip.
Needs more.
No, fair enough. I agree.
I don't know.
I think out of the AMs on their team right now, he's going to be the first one to turn pro.
Man, fuck AMs. Let's get people who are already proving themselves. Get pros. Hella pros. Every pro. Let's get Mark Johnson. Ariana.
MJ.
Let's get Costin. Let's get MJ.
Guy and Costin are doing their own thing.
Fuck them.
Yeah, there's rumors about that going on now too.
Be a part of that thing.
They already said they were.
No, I know. I mean, not rumors, but have you seen all that like numbers nonsense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Antonio Dorado is going to possibly be AM for them.
Yep.
But
okay, can I just say what I think? I don't think I see Frankie Heck going like writing for Sovereign. Can I just say that?
You could say that.
Okay, I don't, and I think
doesn't mean it's not gonna happen.
I know. My theory is though, I don't know. I don't see him fitting that. See him on Sovereign? I don't see him fitting that group. I just feel like the guys that he hangs out with are. And maybe, maybe that doesn't happen. But I feel like most guys that I've talked to that are like, I turned pro because I was down with this person and they got me on the team or whatever. Like, I just don't, I see the guys he hangs out with and the guys he skates with and the relationships he has not being as strong on Sovereign as they are some of the other companies.
So who you think is strong?
Where do I see him going?
Yeah, that's strong.
I would see him, and maybe I'm way off. And Grant, you can laugh at
Be off.
me,
Be
and
off.
I
Just
will
give me a
not
name.
take
Give
it
me a name.
personally. I
Give me a
would
name.
see him maybe going Death Wish, or I could see him going to Foundation as well.
Yeah, yo, I mean, there's people out there that I don't even think. Like, is it fucked up for me to think that I don't think Midler belongs anywhere?
No. That's why I'm like, don't read
I don't see Midler go. I don't know why he's on Sovereign.
because he's
Go
friends
Micky.
with those guys. Yeah, because
nah, that's not. No, I don't think Midler belongs on anything. He's good. You put Midler here. Does he fit? Nah, not really.
Throw
Does he
him
fit
on
in this
blind.
puzzle piece?
Throw him on blind. It
Oh,
does,
no,
nothing
no,
makes
don't
sense
put
there
him on
anyway.
Huh? You know what? Blind might be the one that makes sense.
I mean, according to the discussion that we had about blind earlier, maybe it would make sense.
Yo, I seen Midler do this weird ass fucked up. He was skating around. He went around the bend
with a GoPro in his mouth.
That 50 in New York.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Why did he fucking put it in his mouth?
He's down, man. He's down.
You gotta get those checks, right?
Everything he can.
He's down to get that GoPro money.
Yeah, he's got to get that check. You're right. I'd be like, what the fuck, dog? Why do you want me to put this in my fucking mouth and do a 50 for? That's weird as hell.
So nobody had any response to my theories. Are my theories legit, or am I way off?
It's cool. It's cool. I think Craig X still going to Sovereign.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It means it's cool. What the fuck? It means it's all right. It's not warm. It's not cold. It's cool.
Okay.
Wes Kramer is leading in the polls. That one's not cool. It's hot as fuck.
That was.
He is high up in the polls, baby. He's going to win this election. Oh, when I went to PB and I was going to go over there and meet up with a homie, I ran into the Mafia guys by accident, Alexis and all my other good friends over in Chula Vista. And then I ran into Mr. Surrey, Mr. Kramer. And then this guy who I thought was very interesting said, "You look familiar." His name was
the story last week.
Okay, well, my boy named Roast Beef, right?
Yeah, Roast Beef.
What I didn't tell you guys is that when Alexis and Wes were filming, it looks like a little Instagram edit, or maybe it's some Mafia nonsense. Dan gets really creative. Wes was throwing a bottle up and, the bottle flipping. And then Alexis was doing one of those weird no comply weird things. And the tray flip, no comply, 1 foot, and then flips on and goes on. So while Wes was bottle flipping, this lady had to be like, her age was 40s, maybe 50s. As she's flipping the bottle, she says, "Wes Kramer for president." And we said, "Who the fuck said that?" And she's going around her bike. Even the bitches that don't skate know that Wes Kramer's leading in the polls. Number one, baby. I love this poll segment. For a second, I was a little disappointed. I was sad. I was like, it's over. They're done with the campaign. They did the scooter controversy. They did the big banks.
One's sick.
They did the skating in the rain. Pat Duffy skated in the rain. He didn't give a shit. And then they came out with the polls one where Kramer does a poll jam.
Yep.
Love it. Poll jam and everything.
Did you notice, Drew, that he redid his Roosevelt poll jam?
He redid it?
Well, did you watch that edit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe, the last one he had like head-on poll jams into the bank at Roosevelt.
Okay.
I think the first time he did that was in the AM video, and it did not look like the same footage. Like, I think he's back and did
I'll
it
check
again
it out.
for this.
Yeah,
I'll check it out right now.
Check that out too.
But
I'll look at it.
If so, my man got a critical eye, and I love it.
Yeah, but that poll jam, right? And Roosevelt was in his AM part, correct?
I don't know.
I think it was.
Yeah,
I don't pay attention. It's hard to keep up with video parts these days.
So many.
Alec Majerus did a banging. He did? What the fuck? I'm about to watch that.
Yeah, MBD, remember?
Hold the press, bitch. When Alec Majerus skates, y'all shut the fuck up and you watch. You shouldn't breathe. You shouldn't sleep. Shouldn't fuck.
I knew this was coming because he mentioned it when I interviewed him.
Grant, what's this? You text me something.
Yeah, just read it. In your brain.
Hell no. Hell no.
Why?
Next.
I'm looking for this pole jam.
Absolutely not.
Hey, I can identify one of the tricks that Alec Majerus did in his banging part.
Yeah. Yeah. You saw it. Fuck yeah. Talk about it.
Okay, well, obviously the last two tricks like that he did stood out to me. Like, okay, his ender. Can somebody tell me what that was? Like,
Tray flip front feeble.
no, like he turned his body though. In the last one, he like turned. I think
Grant,
the
when do
tray
you?
flip.
I'm sorry. I'm
the-
so sorry.
the
I have to
tray
ask Grant
flip front
something.
feeble
Grant, when
is
are
the
you? When
second
do you have to
last
leave?
trick.
Not till like probably 5:30 or 5:45. I'm gonna be here till the end now. We started at a good time.
Okay, good. I don't want you to be late for your show.
I won't.
For those of you listening, Grant Field's going to go check out Nicky Diamond. I mean, not Nicky Diamond. What's his
What?
name? Neil Blender.
Oh, is tonight the night that you're going?
To see Neil Blender? No.
Oh, where are you
Leon
going?
Bridges? Yeah.
Oh, you
Leon
are.
Bridges.
Yay!
Leon Bridges,
This
sorry.
isn't
Have
the music
fun.
fillet. Can we keep talking? Thank you. I appreciate that though.
Yeah, thanks.
No, the viewers want to know what you're doing, bitch.
I don't know
Yay!
if they
I'm
do.
so excited.
That'd be
Sorry.
good. Anyway,
Let me ask you something skateboard related. Then has Leon Bridges has he had a song that was used in a skate video?
yes, Michael Paluzzi's part on Thrasher.
Really?
Hey, what do you know? Michael Paluzzi is one of our topics.
Coming Home by Leon Bridges. It's the only one that, to my knowledge, because I always wanted to skate to one of his songs, but a lot of them are kind of slow.
Hmm.
There's a couple that are like a decent speed, but yeah, I was super hyped when Michael used them because I'm a fan of Michael skating and the song choice. It went great with it. So you know, that part's not necessarily new, but I mean, it did come out this week. But you should all go watch that again.
Yeah, I definitely will.
That part is insane. Yeah, but Drew, you mentioned it in Paluzzi again. He had that Off the Grid. We both watched that yesterday. What'd you think? Do you like watching Paluzzi?
Paluzzi, yeah, he's cool to see. VX footage isn't.
I mean, that's how the whole series is, though. You don't like that?
Yeah, what the fuck? Who came up with that idea at the barracks? I should have talked to him about that yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should have said it yesterday. No, no.
Barry, you need to stop this shit. It's weird.
Do you think though, like if you read the off the grid description that Steve Bear wrote and it's on all of them, like I feel like Off the Grid is kind of taking a step back from like modern skating and not modern skating, but just like mainstream skating. I feel like the point of Off the Grid is to take a step back and just have fun with it. So do you think like the VX could be a part of that? Like we're not worrying about the latest and greatest technology. Like we're taking a step back from that and we're just having fun. Does that make sense?
I think it fits good with the thing
Yeah.
because it's like, I mean, they're not. It's not like they're going out there filming a video part. It's like, oh, I'm gonna throw this dart or whatever, and I'm gonna go to this street and I'm gonna cruise around and see what I find.
Did you watch the one though with Boo Johnson and Dane Vaughn when they kept
Yeah,
trying to
it was
throw the knife into the cement wall? that one cracked me up.
When that lady's like, my son's 23 and he's finishing law school. What does Boo say? He's like,
I don't know.
he asked her. He's like, what's your name? And she's like, what's your name? He's like, I'm Boo Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you? 23. My son's finishing law school. Oh, that's cool. And then they
I don't know. I like Off the Grid. That's probably one of my favorite barracks like series that they do because it like they are just having fun. And I think that's what I like about skateboarding is guys just look like they're having so much fun when they do it. And Off the Grid, I really loved the one that they did with the Mafia guys, with Jamie Palmore and Jimmy Cow. I loved that one too.
That one.
They had so much fun.
Yeah, I really like that one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Al Medeiros did a fucking tray flip front feeble. Everyone should just shut the fuck up.
But that's not his ender, is it?
That's not the ender.
No.
That's what
You know what? Someone edited it wrong. They meant to put it back.
What was the last trick?
270 to tail slide.
Hey, I got it. I did it then, you guys. I had a 270 to tail slide. So that I did it right then, right?
You did a 270 tail slide?
No. That's what I identified it as. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, and I was able to. I first I identified him doing it, and then I was like, I'm gonna go do that, and so I did.
Yeah, right.
No, I didn't. But I identified it correctly, so I'm kind of proud of myself.
Good job.
Thanks.
Do you hear us? Do you hear us, EA Skate? People want to watch. People want EA Skate bad. They want the 4th edition of the game of Skate.
Yeah, the Bears is pushing that real hard.
Yeah, Steve Barrett kept saying, "Make EA Skate again." God bless that man with vocal cords. Hell yeah. We watched that shit.
Wait, whoa. Alec Majerus didn't do a 270 tail slide.
What do you do?
He did a front 270 to front nose.
No.
There you go.
Well, I had the 270 part. That's good.
That was ridiculous.
Confused.
How was that? How did he
I got
do
confused
that?
with the direction he went.
I mean, you can even call that a 270. Wait, you said it was a 270 to front nose?
Yeah, he's.
I said tail.
You can easily call that a tail slide and get away with it.
Hey, thanks, Mike.
I guess you could say it's a switchback tail if you wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like one of those like.
You came into the trick coming forward.
It's just one of those things, man. It's like when people say it's not called a full cab, man. It's called a cab. It's like shut the fuck up, bitch.
It's not called a lip slide. It's a board slide.
Call that
Maybe
shit
that's
a
my
fucking
problem. Like, I'm not willing to take that chance of like having somebody make fun of me for calling it the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Fucking switches stances and shit. Dude, I'm so glad that Jamal Smith clip is back.
Dude, it's blowing up.
Man, your foot stance is whack. I'm tight as
Everything's
fuck.
whack.
That shit's awesome.
What does he say? Like the way you dress, whack.
Yeah, your gear, whack.
Gear. It's even better.
Me, I'm tight as fuck.
Did you see that last night? It was on a bunch of like big Twitter accounts. That,
Yeah,
I
I
don't even know
saw
who he
it.
is.
Yeah, I saw it when like the dime shit was like happening, and now I'm super glad it's back.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm surprised it didn't blow up when the dime challenge was going on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad Jamal Smith's the best.
Yeah, he's sick. Well, did you see they put out a Static 4 part. I mean, it's 2 years old, but it wasn't on the internet yet.
I really like.
It's been out for a while.
Oh well, this I guess this is like the original, like the official upload. It says high quality. Yeah, that's why.
Okay.
But yeah, it was originally released back in 2014. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had it on YouTube prior to like. Recently.
Yeah, but maybe someone else had done it. But this is through Theories of Atlantis, which is. So this is like the official high quality upload of the part. But.
Sick.
Yeah.
Still, yeah. Yeah, because the other one is pretty shitty quality.
I bet. Drew, what's next?
Y'all talking about Jamal? Is that what Static 6 is?
It's 4. But
Jesus Christ.
Oh no, the I is after. Oh, sorry, I read it wrong. Who reads Roman numerals anyway? Fuck you, bitch.
I know, I agree. I mean, I knew it was 4, but just because of another video.
I kind of enjoy Roman numerals.
I think Roman numerals are sick.
Why is that? Why do you enjoy it?
Just like, how often do you see
whatever. You think you're too cool for Roman numerals now, Grant?
I do. I think
Drew does.
Fuck those lines. Stupid ass caveman didn't know how to write Rule 4.
Cavemen?
Cavemen?
Or Greeks?
The Romans?
Romans, yeah.
Who came after the cavemen, but...
Fuck them too.
Drew, you just make your own rules.
Call Me 917 came out with the Thrasher video. Did they show? Did they show who's on 917 other than the homie?
I'll pull up the whole roster. Just to answer.
The whole roster.
Nick Stain, right? What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Nick Stain. Nick Stain, correct me if I'm wrong, was on 1 in a Million 2010 along.
Oh, he was, I think.
He was with John Fitzgerald, Forrest, and Ruben.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Barrick.
Max Palmer, Cyrus Bennett, Aaron Lorith, and Hugo Balzer up.
Wait, so Nick Stain is that?
Balls
Oh,
are
yeah, I
up?
was gonna say.
Yeah.
Dude, Nick
You
Stain's
should
sick.
watch this.
Yeah, it was
It
really
is a
good.
very, very
Yeah,
good
I
video.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed that shit.
Creative trick selection.
Alex kills it.
You know what? Good for Alex Olsen. They got a collab with Nike. Good for them.
Yeah, I agree.
He's kind of become one of my favorite people to listen to, and
In the past week, you got into him that quick?
His
No,
interviews
2
are
weeks.
really good.
they
has
are
it?
like the Tim O'Connor podcast that he did was like so amazing. Like I
Alex
could listen to it a couple more
he's
times.
a cool person.
You
He's
like
awesome.
I haven't spoken to him, but based
Do
off.
you like Forrest Edwards?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's funny.
A lot of
I
people
don't
don't
know a
like
ton
him.
of him,
That
but-
dude is fucking hilarious.
They're probably in the bathroom kissing.
I don't, but no, Alex Olsen. And then like last night I watched like almost every episode, or
Mike is dead.
every video of his.
Oh shit!
Every video of his on YouTube I basically watched last night, and yeah, I mean, just it is fun. His dad and his dynamics together are ridiculous, but he just seems like a really cool guy. I don't know, I just like him.
My go-to tricks are gay. That's my favorite. I say that all the time. My go-to tricks aren't gay.
They got a J. Scott documentary.
Oh, he killed it, dude. That's my boy, Jay Scott.
That
Oh,
one
it was
may
just
have
his
all the
birthday.
feels.
It was just his birthday the other day, dude. Happy belated birthday to our boy.
But his battle commander never came out. I mean, his banging never
Banging?
came
No,
out.
not yet.
No, but he did a Graham yourselfie.
Yep. He did a Grammy selfie and didn't do any tricks in it.
Did they all have his hands down?
No, he let it. Yeah, he made the homies keep the hands down. He had Boss Man in there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Reynolds skated.
Yeah, Reynolds skated with the hands down. Backside flip the 10.
Who, Reynolds?
Boss Man.
Ooh.
Still got it. Still got it.
He sure fucking do. I was looking through the skateboard mag, and now I feel a little guilty for knowing some of the tricks he's gonna do when I watch the America video.
See, I don't want to know. I don't want to know shit. I want that Reynolds part to just be like fresh.
Don't look at the skateboard mag till you after you watch it.
All right, I won't.
Yeah, don't.
It's a very good piece on good photos. Actually, I shouldn't say a good piece. I didn't read it. Then again, what skateboarder reads the fucking magazines other than Grant anyway? Nobody. Jay Scott got his clothes being sold in the canteen.
Hyped on that. Very hyped on that.
Are you really? Are you gonna buy some hands down shit?
Maybe if I get paid enough. I don't know what my paycheck's looking like yet. I got rent to pay and shit soon.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, like, I like Jay Scott, and I think it's cool that
Give
I
him
don't-
money. Give him all the money.
There's a
No,
big ass
I know.
butt. I can't wait to hear the butt.
I just hope that the barracks. I hope that the barracks is using him for the right reasons, if that makes sense.
What does that mean?
Like, he's such a good guy. Like, I hope that their intentions are to promote him and like the person that he is, and
they're
not just to
so
make money
insecure.
off of him. I mean, I know they're a business. Their goal is to make money, but I just
Yeah, but I'm
the
sure that he's
intentions-
seeing like a good amount of those
I
proceeds.
mean, they put money into
Oh, I'm
him. Barrett
sure.
flew him out there.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
we're
flew him
We're gonna
out
fly
there.
you out.
Like,
We're gonna
that's
fly
not.
you out here.
Yeah, but they flew him out there and Bear let him stay at his house.
That's nothing. That's a plane ticket.
You know
Yeah,
what though?
but
Here's the
that's
truth on the barrack. Here's the truth how the barracks operates.
You want to be
It
stoked
goes-
on a free airplane ticket?
No,
I would.
absolutely, I would.
She has-
but
she has a little bit of a point here, a little bit. I could see it a little bit, but all the stuff that the barracks does, that shit's not all for free. That all runs through ads, and if it's not through the advertising through their sponsors pay the barracks pieces. So, I mean, I don't know what I would like to know what the whole vision was, and I could call Steve now, but he probably won't pick up the fucking phone, and why he chose to do the stuff they did for old boy hands down. But the barracks, I'll tell you this though, Angie, the barracks doesn't need Jay Scott.
no, I know. I mean, obviously, no, they don't. But I just don't. I mean, I like from a business standpoint, I'm sure they wanted to capitalize on something that is I can't think of the word. Like is going to make them money. Is something that is making money right now.
In my opinion,
Lucrative.
They're too late. They're too late on these sweatshirts coming out. Those should have been out.
I agree.
He was, you know what? It was our friend Kenny Reed told us yesterday. Jay Scott's lost 20,000 followers.
Really?
Yeah, they're too late on these sweatshirts, in my opinion. I'm not saying I have no idea how many they've sold.
I'm gonna check. I mean, I'm sure he's still at a fuck ton of followers though.
Like 27,000, I think.
I unfollowed him for a while, but then when you guys had him
all
on,
the fake followers went bye.
Oh yeah, the free sex ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I always get those.
Me too.
All the time. I don't see how
they want to fuck all the time. Those horny bastards.
Oh really? They
like
hit you up? I'm sure.
Yeah, they're always trying to get the dick. Give me dick down, Drew. They call it the DDD. You should figure it out.
Hey, just to confirm what I was talking about later. The Wes Kramer Wally, I'm watching it. Originally, the one at Roosevelt, the bank. I meant Pole Jam. That's originally from the Mafia video called Stee.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's the collab with Sweet. Or yeah, Sweet.
So
now
known as the DC one, but yeah, it looks. If I remember the one in the DC video correctly, it's a different angle, and he's a brace or actually a cast. It looks like when he did it in Stee. Yeah, he did have a cast. So now let's watch Leading the Polls. Yeah, that's gonna be a different clip. Yeah, so looks like Mr. Wes Kramer. Oh, never mind. I was wrong. Dang it. After all that, I could have sworn they used a different angle. Nope, he didn't go back and do it. Same one.
Thank you, Grant.
Whatever. Enjoy it. It's a friggin' sick pole jam. Dang, he did it with a cast on his arm. Wes is one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
I like him. He's fun.
You're never going to hear it otherwise. Except for Marquise. He thinks Wes dresses like a bum.
He kind of does, but that doesn't mean he's not fun.
He's living his life.
He's just, what does he call it? He's just crusty in nature. And Marquise says, he's crusty?
Marquise didn't like that?
Well, Marquise likes to be fresh and not crusty.
I see. Fair enough.
What does that mean, Drew?
Hey, Medina.
What up?
Talk about Antoine.
Antoine's back in the fucking behind bars, bro.
What'd he do?
I know. I feel like that's like it's become the initial like what did he do now kind of thing, which sucks. It sucks for him. But I'll actually read you the quote that his board sponsor Raw Dog posted on Instagram. Antoine Dixon was recently detained by LA County Sheriff's Department for a bench warrant from an incident that occurred in October of 2015. Just to clarify, no further crimes were committed. Antoine understands that there is no excuse for missing his court date, but in his defense, he has been dealing with a number of issues, including the recent loss of his mother. We are currently working with an attorney on a plea bargain that will have him out of incarceration before the end of 2016. Dog will continue to support Antoine during his sentence and will be waiting with open arms at his release. Once he is released, we plan on working with him again to better himself and evolve his skateboarding career.
We would like to get the initial thoughts from our newest guest, Mr. Robert Brink, on Antoine's newest
Brink made it.
Brink's here. Hey.
Arrest.
You guys didn't even know.
I didn't
I
realize.
just snuck in.
What are your
I
thoughts?
actually didn't know that there could be 5 people in here, so now I learned something as well as I get to see your pretty face.
I'm doing this on an iPad too, my iPad Pro. Just trying this thing out.
I like that shirt.
What are your thoughts on Antoine being detained?
Dude, that sucks. I just saw that somewhere yesterday or 2 days ago on one of the skate tabloids.
Is that another word for slap message boards?
No, it's a word for
multiple
anywhere
different
that
websites.
posts like gossip and news all day long. That sucks, man.
So
He's like the most talented skater ever, so every time this shit happens, it sucks.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you think he'll ever come back to the Baker 3 as far as him skateboarding? Will he ever put out product like Baker 3? Or do you think he keeps getting sidetracked too much and it'll never happen?
I think that's just like, even if you just consider age alone or like time passing, not on a skateboard, like his ability's there, but is it possible to do that after like 10 years or, I don't know, of like being on and off the board and having all this shit go on? It has nothing to do with Antoine personally, any human being.
I think
Can they do that?
I think Antoine's one of those dudes that can like essentially just get by on style. So as long as he puts out like really, good looking tricks, he doesn't have to skate the fucking 15 stairs anymore and things like that.
Yeah, he
That's
looks
how
so
I
good.
feel.
Everyone just wants to see clips.
Agreed. And if there's like a 3-minute compilation of new footage, people are gonna lose their shit.
Well, yeah, he I mean, even if you put something on Instagram, you'll see a Ride Channel article.
Wasn't there a clip the other day of him skating some ledges? I don't know, like a week or two ago. It was sick.
Yeah, and he had a clip in that J. Scott documentary we were just talking about where he does a fucking fakey ollie north down the 10.
Oh yeah, that was so
sick.
What the fuck? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, he can do that kind of shit, and I'm down. I'm gonna watch that over and over again. You know what I mean?
We should all send him like books. Remember, he was on Weekend Buzz and he was talking about all the books he read in jail. We should.
I remember that.
They put out, somebody, like, wasn't his manager, somebody put out a letter on Instagram saying, will you send him books? Will you send him letters and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's sick.
Yeah, it was like on his personal account.
Brink, I could tag you.
It's really.
I'll send books. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you should send him candles.
I'll send him a can. I don't know. Can they have fire in their cells?
No, they can't have it. Yeah.
You should just send it to me instead, Brink. If you're giving out
burning
candles,
some wax shit behind you.
I know. I covered it.
After talking shit on Twitter about my shipping rates, lying.
I'm a single mom of 3, and I'm a teacher, so it's just all the cards.
Yeah, but you lied about how much it cost.
I apologized, right?
No, she's not sorry. She did in private too over here.
All she had to do is ask for a free candle, say, "Hey, I'm with the candle fillet dudes," and I would have hooked it up. But instead, she tweeted fabricated shipping rates.
I can go on public record again tonight on Twitter.
Did you delete that tweet?
I did. After you sent me an email, I deleted it. Yeah.
How many followers saw that? How many people are never buying a candle from me?
No, because I wasn't. That was like early Twitter account time.
What do you mean? That was a month and a half ago.
Yeah, she blew up a lot since
then. I haven't had Twitter for that long. Like, I haven't since I've started. Like, I didn't have it before. Like,
I have to play that shit.
I have to have like a fucking promo code to get all these people back now that you scared them all away.
We could get together and I could put something together for United Skateboarding, and I'm sure like totally sell people on it through the
I think you owe me a candle interview or something. Yeah.
That'd be sick. Can we interview him about candles?
Sure. I'm sure I could get it together.
I'll send all you guys candles except Angie. She could buy one.
Grant already did. He's taking it to college and he's gonna light it when he gets those chicks in his.
I bring him candles to premieres because he doesn't talk shit on Twitter.
Hey, hello. Hey, Brink, what's it like doing the show again?
Your show or my show?
Your show.
So many shows, man.
Have you
great? It's the most fun, like 2 or 3 hours of my week.
Man, I can honestly say that the Jamie Foy and Zion one's like top 3 for me.
I did.
That shit was
like
excellent.
The blender. I thought
the little edit you guys made of all the food talk was good.
Holy shit!
Funny.
We have there's another guy that helps us edit the show sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he made that, and it was fucking amazing. I don't see that stuff. Like, I don't have any like approval or anything. We tape the show, and that's usually it. And then I see it on like Thursday night. So when I saw that trailer, I didn't even know that was coming. So I was like as blown away.
Oh, you're all hyped.
How do you decide what you're going to be drinking?
What's that?
How do you decide what you're going to be drinking?
I know what he drinks.
But
it's not that.
it's different. I mean, sometimes it's coffee, sometimes it's alcohol. Like, how do you decide?
I guess the same way you decide if you're gonna have like Cheerios or Wheaties one morning. It's just like there's no real like thought process. I usually have a cup of tea because I have like an hour-long drive, and then like whatever beer's around. We used to buy beer. I'd buy like a case of beer every week, and then we'd have a bottle of Jameson there. But then what happened is the more liquor we had there, the more people drank and got wasted, and it would get out of control. So now like Lee brings his beers, and like I'll have a cup of tea and like a beer or two if they're around. But honestly, I have to drive an hour home after the show, so I can't have more than like 2 beers. And yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Rob, do you drink chai tea?
It's just a mood
Oh
thing.
God, we're getting really trendy now.
Rob, do you?
Trendy's matcha.
Rob, do you drink chai tea?
No, I don't.
Oolong's where it's at.
I drink green tea.
Oh, I see.
Jasmine green tea, regular green tea.
What do I have tonight?
Gross.
Oh, I
Hey,
have pomegranate. Pomegranate.
What are you? Sorry, Mike. You're all angry.
Mike's
You
pissed.
need tea. You need
Fucking
tea to calm
tea.
your ass down.
I drink hella coffee, man.
Why don't you tweet about my shitty tea drinking and how much it costs to ship it?
I should.
You do tea now too, Brink?
Hey, let's work on that. You and me, Brink.
What do you
Let's
mean?
start a
I've been-
tea company.
Have you? No. Do you make your own tea?
No, I'm gonna make. It's gonna be part of 100th Acre.
Nuh-uh, for real?
I'm working on it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
And are you gonna call that 100th Acre tea?
yeah. It's gonna be yeah. It's all 100th Acre, so it's candles.
What happened
okay.
to those? What happened to
So
those
how's
writer
Incorporate
teas,
old
man?
books into it.
What's that?
How are you going to incorporate the old book theme into tea?
I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll
Hmm.
see. I can't tell you everything. You'll just shit talk off
Yeah,
air.
he can't blow.
You're like, this is crappy tea.
How much does it cost? How much does a box of tea cost to ship?
Hey, you could do like buy a candle, I'll throw in a box of tea for free.
I have been giving people tea for free in their boxes anyway because I have it lying around. Like when I send out promo packages to like whoever.
Yeah.
Not me.
How's that endeavor going? Now you've been doing the business for a few months.
It's good, man. The time and the candles are split between what sells online and what I'm like hooking people up with, you know.
So you're more busy more than ever now, I'm sure, because that's a big focus on
That's cool.
making sure your business is successful. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Has that cut it into your? I'm sure it's cut into your writing. I'm sure it's cut into your skateboarding, and I don't know what other obligations you have in skateboarding. And I'm actually interested to know what other ones do you have other than what else are you doing? Essentially, what I'm asking. What else are you doing other than your tea and your show and your candles? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just wrapped up a Jason Dill interview for Playboy that's going to be on playboy.com like in the next couple days.
Sick.
I'm working on some stuff for Vice, skate related. Working on the show. I make candles at night, like Fight Club.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm like
interesting.
at like midnight to 4 a.m. I make candles.
When do you sleep?
Usually from between like 4 and 9, 4 and 10.
Wow.
Oh, you're finna go to bed soon.
That schedule.
Nah.
No,
4
4 a.m.
4 a.m. Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, have you looked at the clock? It's 5:30.
I thought you-
And the fact that he said 4 a.m.,
Yeah.
not 4 p.m.
if you guys try to make me feel bad, you guys suck at it.
Your attention to detail may not be your...
She's just trying to take the Twitter heat off her right now.
No,
Send it to
I
you.
will own it. I am sorry, Robert Brink, that I said your shipping was ridiculous. I apologize.
You know, I heard
You
from a little bird.
use the term ridiculous?
I
It
don't
was
know if
crazy.
I don't know if that's verbatim.
Crazy.
I don't know if that's
And she said it was
verbatim.
$15 when it was $11.95.
Damn, every dollar counts.
Who
huh?
invited this guy?
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
Hey,
I was on this
the
show
OG.
before you.
I know. Nothing but respect for you, Robert Brink.
you know, Brink, I'm curious about if it's true or not that you think I'm doing too much.
Damn.
Yeah, I think you should focus on one show. Yeah. And I don't think like I don't mean that as a diss.
No, can't hurt my feelings, but please continue.
No, just from the perspective of like focusing on one show and making it as good as it can be rather than like
Right?
doing
Quality.
different projects like is one thing. Like if you were writing articles and then doing a show and then like doing whatever. But I think you should do only one of each thing.
One of each. You're saying I should only do one podcast. You believe?
Yeah. Whatever you want to, whatever the word is.
Sure.
Like I would never want, like people have told me for a while I should start a podcast, but I don't want to start a podcast when I already have Weekend Buzz, you know. I don't want to take away from that, my energy or the audience or whatever, you know. I don't want to compete with my own thing.
Yeah, but you see why people
mention,
want
like-
you see why people want you to do that though, right? Because you the way that you present yourself in Weekend Buzz isn't the same as you would if you had your own show. Example would
totally.
be your approach with your show, which is why I am doing which is why I do another show.
Yeah, I get it. I wouldn't do two at once.
And I feel like Weekend Buzz is like the granddaddy of skate podcasts. Like we've all been inspired from Weekend Buzz to do a podcast, whether it's us or Kelly or, you know what I mean,
cool.
or fucking yeah. So it's like I don't think that in order like for there to be a Robert Brink podcast, I think it would have to be almost an entirely different angle, you know, as opposed to the Weekend Buzz.
Well, it would have to be. It would have to be. That's what I was saying earlier. And I know Brink feels that way also too, because he called out. He was curious. He was like, look at all these podcasts that have risen all up, and I think that happened shortly after the Nine Club.
Oh, it's not even that. There's just everyone has a talk show now. So I was just like, I'm not even dissing having a talk show. I'm just like, wow, it's like really popular to have a talk show right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's easier now more than ever to have a talk show.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the Nine Club?
It's cool. I noticed they started burning a candle last week, though. I called Roger out on that. I was like, dude, if you're going to rip off my candle burning, at least burn mine.
Yeah.
So I owe them a
True.
box now.
Yeah, you're really, you got a funny niche here about candles, man. You're the only one out there you're the only skateboard candle out there. Well, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, let's see how long it takes for someone to rip it off. Someone else to make skate candles.
Has anyone used your candles for wax yet?
I don't know. I hope so.
I hope so too. That's sick.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Have you used it for wax?
No. I'm thinking though of finding some sort of mold that I could find that's cool, and like using the extra wax to just pour like some sort of skate wax, you know.
That's so dope.
Sick, yeah. I like that.
100th acre slick wax, baby.
So it'll smell good.
It'll smell good, yeah.
You won't know what fragrance you're gonna get.
Everyone does like a good smelling skate wax, that's for sure.
Yeah, you should smell all nice.
Yeah, it's true. It's definitely true.
Did some to Felipe. He was talking about wax a lot yesterday.
People talk about wax.
Yeah,
Felipe does.
Felipe, you definitely talk
Felipe
about wax.
said all it needs is a skateboard and a piece of wax.
You know what? If you skate like that, you can use as much wax as
it
you
was
want.
so funny.
I agree.
Felipe is hilarious.
Maybe I need wax.
Hey, you should get Felipe on your podcast or on Weekend Buzz.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like people always tell me like who they want on the show or why don't you have this guy, and it always is just a matter of making the timing work. It's not that we'll take anybody. We want everyone to come in the door. You know, we've had almost 300 guests now.
That's crazy,
dude. Felipe
We're
is
on
hilarious.
episode 116.
Wow.
What are we on?
70.
We're on episode 70 today.
Fire.
And we've been doing about 5 years. Like December will be 5 years.
No, okay.
Damn, that's gnarly.
So maybe I don't know, but why did Eric and Yari leave? Just to do more with Stance?
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, it's hard to do the show when you have other jobs. Like Weekend Buzz is like you have to take a day off of work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you have to drive down to San Diego, and I'm not complaining because I think it's awesome. But if I had never had this flexible schedule like I did over the years, the show wouldn't be going the way it goes. So
Why do
if
you
you
guys
have to
break it
maintain like a
into
full-time
two?
job, you know, like even if those guys, like the 9 Club dudes or whatever, I don't know what they do like in the day, but it's hard to do a show like that and edit it if you have a full-time job. Like we have a staff of like 4 people. Or
You
5
guys
people.
usually film yours during like what time of the day? You're not doing that at night, are you?
No, it's like 2 in the afternoon, and then we have
Yeah, a
2
lot of the
cameramen,
time.
2 hosts, and then one of the cameramen's an editor.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of the time I see just via Snapchat, the 9 Club, they're filming them at like 11 or 12 at night.
Yeah,
I don't
and then
know.
I don't
I
know.
mean,
Then they gotta
I have
edit
an
them.
idea. I mean, yeah, and I mean, you were saying you're usually there for what, a couple hours chatting. So
But why do
Yeah,
you
and
why
plus,
do you divide it into 2 episodes?
But I bet you it cuts down on the timing. Well, Brink doesn't have any control of that, but I'm sure it has to do with
Yeah.
the length of how. This is just me when I edited the videos. So you can get something out quicker.
yeah,
Oh, that
well,
makes
it has
sense.
to do with that, and it has to do with just the viewership. Like people start to drop off after 10 or 12 minutes.
For
You
sure.
know, so if you have a half-hour episode, and I'm only speaking for us. I don't know if you know. If you have a
Mhm.
half-hour episode, a lot of people start to drop off and don't watch the second half. But if you
Sure.
provide them with 2 parts, there's more of a chance that they'll come back
yeah.
and
It
watch
makes
the
them want to
second.
come back.
Mhm.
And also,
Yeah.
we used to film every single week, and then the editor would be like pulling his hair out to get an episode out within 3 days. And when you're editing 3 cameras worth of 90 minutes of footage into like a 15-minute episode within 3 days, that's so gnarly. So
Yeah,
I don't know, like, so it just was like it eased the burden of the workload for everybody, like us having to do a show every single week and driving there and prepping.
Yeah. I don't.
Is
I guess
there-
I just think
has-
about podcasts. I listen to them like in my car, so I prefer something longer. I guess if we're looking at it in that aspect.
Yeah, I mean, this started as a YouTube thing, you know, so like
Mhm.
if I did a podcast, it would be a totally different story.
Yeah,
This is like
yeah.
a YouTube sort of, I hate to use the
Mhm.
word strategy, but you know, it's like more made for YouTube
It's
and like
visual.
how people utilize it. And it was also started 5 years ago as opposed to now. So, you know,
Mhm.
Is there a chance of
we
taking
were
a
only like
different?
6 minutes in the beginning.
Is there a chance of taking a different approach with the show then and doing something longer, so it can ease up on the burden of the editing process?
No.
I don't think we're going to change it. I don't think we should change it now. But what I am trying to work out right now is getting an archive of all the episodes streamed on audio, so people can use it like in their, you know, with the podcast app or whatever.
Mhm.
So you can go back and listen to, you know, like you could start from the
so
beginning.
you'll be
if
able
you
to
want.
download it like on that's what you're saying on your iPhone on the podcast thing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
that'd be
working on that
sick.
now. I can't make that promise. I don't think anyone's
Yeah.
going to be mad at me for saying it, but you know, I might cut a little intro to each episode, and you know, like a little 1-minute intro, like talking about it, and then it'll go into like an archive of every episode. And if we have some bonus stuff lying around, we'll throw it in.
Have you been
Nice.
approached to being a guest on the 9 Club yet?
Yeah, Roger texted me and asked me like the first day that the first one came out.
Okay, so when you
He
doing it?
talked about having me and Leon or something. I don't know. I texted him the other day when I was busting his balls about the candles. He said, I think they got a lot in the bag. I don't know. I guess they'll hit me up if they want me on there.
Oh, I'm sure they want you on there.
Did
I
you
think
guys-
it'd be a good subject.
Did you guys see that P-Rod's on the newest Bunt? I was kind of shocked by that. He's a pretty big name to be on the Bunt already.
What
I
is
mean, I
it?
guess they're in season 2. The Bunt
Bunt's a podcast.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
out of Canada.
Probably just got them when they're on that trip up to Canada.
Oh, maybe because they had Spanish Mike. I mean,
Yeah.
P-Rod's like a big name for them to have. I feel like.
P-Rod's
Is
a
it
big name
bunt
to have
like-
anybody on.
Like
Yeah.
in baseball, bunt.
They
Yeah.
Or is it
talk,
bunt
half
like
of it-
bunt kick?
it's Bunt like baseball. Like half of it is them interviewing a skateboarder, but then the other half is like mainstream sports, talking about what's going
It's
on.
interesting though because I've only listened to 1 or 2 of them maybe,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I guess those dudes are just really into skateboarding and sports, or because like they all seem like legit skaters and they're asking, you know, legit questions. And holding
Which
a
one
good
did you listen
conversation.
to, Grant?
I think I watched Spanish and Bobby.
Bobby
watched-
was good.
Yeah, I watched Bobby and I watched Spencer Hamilton.
I loved Spencer Hamilton's.
Would you,
Yeah,
you
that's
guys
awesome.
like him? Interesting.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
that's
I
one of my
also
favorites.
liked
But is it
the
the same
last
dude?
guy they had on too. Not
that
the
I
last, but the
think
one before.
I think I just turned. I think I just turned it off when they started talking about sports. But is it the same people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, interesting.
I always usually turn it off at that point
Yeah,
too.
I
but-
don't. I'm
Hey,
not-
look,
I think
it looks like we ran out of time here, so let's go ahead and wrap this one up here. For Angie Shan, Grant Fiero, Robert Brink, Michael Medina, I am Andrew Ariano. We are Skate Fillet. Down us on iTunes. We'll catch you guys next week. Have a good weekend. Take care. Love you. Bye.